At this museum on Vienna's Ringstrasse, art and tradition are boldly coupled with innovation and experimentation, and the result is an exciting and unique art experience known as MAK. In the magnificent columned hall, the eyes are immediately drawn upwards, where they feast on an incredibly harmonious realization of art and architecture, a composition of superlatives. But at MAK, one is likewise keen on developing new associations between applied and contemporary art.
Our exhibition programs are based on the principle of combining tradition and experimentation. The programs develop from the collections, and we then ask contemporary artists to critically deal with the theme at hand.
As did Manfred Wackelbinger in the collection featuring 20th and 21st century architecture. A marvelous diversity of materials and exhibits pay tribute to the artists of the Art Nouveau and Art Deco periods, a highlight of which is a screen created by Koloman Moser, one of the founders of the famous Wiener Werkstätte.
At MAK, one has the great opportunity to see the entire product palette of the Wiener Werkstätte, from the beginning, the founding in 1903, up to its end in 1932. We have glassware, ceramics, silver objects, furniture, which were produced in the course of these 3 decades that one can view. That means you can observe the transition from the early period of the Wiener Werkstätte, with the smooth and geometrical objects, right on up to the curved and floral period towards the end in 1932, at which time tastes were moving a bit more in the direction of the Bauhaus style.
The museum would purchase a number of objects at an exhibition in 1912. A large segment of the exhibits currently on display were acquired at the final auction of the Wiener Werkstätte in the year 1932.
One of the advantages here at MAK is the fact that we have the archives of the Wiener Werkstätte at our disposal, thus making it possible to check when the individual objects were produced and who purchased them.
The archives of the Wiener Werkstätte may be considered one of the gems of the MAK inventory. Although the enterprise would exist for a mere 30 years, to this day the products are acclaimed for their singular ingenuity. The archives consist of sketches, photo albums, commercial art, model books, files, correspondence, and more. A fascinating historical documentation of a brief but absolutely unique art movement. One permanent collection features, among others, a firm that would revolutionize the chair industry, Tonnet. Regarding the historical development, Tonnet, or indeed the entire bentwood movement, was certainly a kind of revolution, but one that was gradually realized throughout the course of the 19th century. At the beginning, one began to bend laminated wood. Further experimentation that would span the entire 19th century would ultimately lead to the process of bending solid wood, thus optimizing production. And suddenly it was in great demand. And Tonnet, who was, so to speak, the patent holder for the bent solid wood method, succeeded in spreading bentwood furniture all over the world. To this day, the bentwood chair is still a popular piece of furniture and can be found in coffee houses throughout Vienna and indeed the world over. The first half of the 19th century was characterized by the growth of the middle class, and the collection of the Empire and Biedermeier styles reflects this circumstance. A period sofa has been recreated by the collection designer Jenny Holzer, which gives weary visitors the chance to rest and also read the electronic signs near the ceiling that reveal more about the exhibits. An outstanding highlight of the collection features parts of a traveling service that was commissioned by Napoleon I upon the birth of his son in 1811. Past and present, tradition and experiment, the criteria that single out MAK.